So it's time to explain how the gravity gun works. Now there were quite a lot of guesses, some a bit wacky, but there were actually a handful which were pretty spot on. So without further ado, now as many of you guessed, it does use spawners. A lot of you thought it used the minecart block display trick, but no, it's not that. It simply is just a mob with a falling sand entity on its back. Now usually if you try to stack a falling sand entity on a mob, what you'll get is this. As soon as the mob is on ground, the sand entity will basically land and convert into a normal block. So this one over here does not act like that. This one has a falling sand entity, but it's not touched the ground or anything, and it's still intact. So why is this? Well, it's actually very, very simple. This one has a position, the pig's position on the Y axis is 4.0, whereas the sand is 5.0. So I'm just going to assume that that basically means that because the sand is technically one block higher, it doesn't reach the ground. I don't know, I'm making guesses here. Whereas on this one, it's 4.0 on both of them. So as soon as it touches the ground, the block lands. And that is basically how to make the sand entity ride on the mob. Now the rest is even simpler. So if I hit this pig, who has one heart, he will die and he will drop his ender chest, which functions as an ender chest. However, if I actually use the gravity gun, which is basically just some horse armour with knockback 10, if I hit him with that, then he'll actually go flying and the item will also go flying. So hit him with the horse armour, the stuff goes flying. But hit him just normally, then it won't go flying. Now this was a little bit of a facade because I can't actually pick up any block. There are only specific blocks, so this obviously incorporates what I was talking about earlier, but there's also Traslander's block deletion trick. So if you don't know what that is, you should go check out his channel. I'm sure you'll be able to find it quite easily. So I'll try to explain how this all works. So the gravity gun is purely for the knockback effect. Everything else is unnecessary. So it actually uses proximity detectors as opposed to the enchant command detector. So I didn't use that because I couldn't enchant it multiple times, so I couldn't go from one example to the other example to another example and enchant it again basically. So I used a proximity detector instead. So the way this works is first off we delete the block with the block deletion trick. So if we do that, then you see the block gets deleted. Then what happens is, so once I'm here in this location right here, the block's deleted and a cat is spawned in. So if I use this and he appears, there we go. Now this cat's actually leashed to me. He's got super speed and he's sat down. He's sat down so he doesn't wander around the place, and yeah, so he basically responds quicker. So if I punch him, he'll drop his block and it's a proper block. That's all fine and dandy. So that basically is the only use of the gravity gun. It doesn't have any special uses. The gravity gun is just so that I can basically propel the animal further. So if I do that, he goes all the way over there. So it's just as simple as that. It's really nothing complicated, and I hope you enjoyed it.